The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing January. I'm excited to be connecting with you today as we explore how to step into success, really tapping into your leadership skills, your mindset, so you're actually playing in life the way you're made. I hope that's exciting to you. I am very excited about the conversation and the guests, experts that we have joining us today. I think you're going to enjoy their energy, their passion, their expertise, and I invite you to lean into the conversation. We'd love to have you call in if you have questions. Here's an opportunity for you to ask the experts directly and really tap into their wisdom. We've been talking about how to step forward powerfully in the beginning of the year. We really want to harness the January energy and how to really spring forward, step forward in a mindful, powerful way. Today, as we drill into that and we really look at success, I found there was a great alignment in what both experts wanted to talk about in success and in leadership, and how to harness the way your brain is made so that you're leaning into these things in a way that energizes you, that helps you move forward powerfully, that you can really play life your way. I hope that's exciting. Let's breathe that in together. And I wanted to, let's say, set the stage for our conversation today and get you thinking about success. And this is a word we throw around a lot in our society. We'll say success. But I find when I talk to people, it means different things to different people. And in order for you to get the most out of our conversations today, I want you to really think about, how are you defining success? Not your neighbor, not your best friend, but you in your heart of hearts. What does success mean to you? How would you recognize you're being successful? Are you looking at thinking about ways of being or things that you're doing or some combination associated with success or being successful? I just want you to think about that for a moment. And then, are there action items or steps, ways that you are going to move forward to help bring about that success or to maintain that success? What are you going to be doing purposefully, mindfully, to bring about that success? Because if we keep doing the same things that we've been doing, we're going to keep getting the same results. And we've heard that defined as insanity. Keep doing the same thing and you're expecting different results. So here's a moment in time to lean in and really think about, what am I doing? Am I implementing things or putting steps into my life that are going to lead to how I define success, to how you define success? Are you building that in your life? Today, in our conversations, we're going to give you some great tips, some good ideas of steps and things that you can do to build towards your success. But it's not a passive hoping for success. There is a leading, there is a stepping into it, actions that we're taking. So today, I want you to really make it personal. Really get clear on your definition of success or the pieces that you understand about that, and dig into what you can take with you today, real time. Process it on a cellular level to let us support you in stepping into your success. Does that sound good? I'm picturing you nodding, leaning in with anticipation and excitement. For those of you who are driving, please stay safe, alert, no texting and driving, both hands on the wheels. But those of you who are able to really lean into the conversation and close your eyes, I invite you to do that. Let's take a moment just for you to breathe in, connect heart to heart. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. So let's sit back in our chairs. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on the top of your head. Breathe in deeply through your nose, out through your mouth, like you're breathing through a straw. Let's do that again. Out through your mouth, keep breathing. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And as we come into this moment in time of connection, of slowing down, breathing, listening, I want you to think about your definition of success, not someone else's. I spent many years chasing other people's definitions of success because I didn't realize I could have my own. And I found that an empty journey. But when I leaned in and found my definition, I was able to do things, align up things in a way that were meaningful to me, that really mattered. And I became more energized. So what is your definition of success? What is it that you need, to support you on your journey, to encourage you, to empower you, to equip you as you are leaning into your definition of success? What is it that you need today that is being laid on your heart, that you are willing to receive? Because there's a willingness in there as well. Willing to receive. Just breathe that information in. Sometimes it comes in a picture, a memory, a sound. All different ways information is communicated with us. Receive that information and then come back fully present into the room. Open up your eyes. Another deep breath. Wonderful. And I invite you to capture whatever was laid on your heart, whatever it is that your definition of success. Write that down. Let's keep it top of mind. And let me tell you, this is going to give you clarity, because as you have opportunities come along, you can look down at your definition of success and see, is that in alignment? Is that going to help me get a little bit closer to what's important to me, or a little bit further away? That will help you decide what to say yes or no to. But we can forget, we can lose focus. So it's really important to write it down and keep it top of mind. And that's going to support you through our conversation today. Wonderful. So I'm going to give you a moment to capture that information. And then we're going to go around our virtual room here and hear from our experts in just about 30 seconds each what was laid upon their heart. So Julie, did you have something laid on your heart as we went in and paused for a moment?
You know what? I just saw success as being successful relationships with amazing other women entrepreneurs. That's what I'm seeing for me for this year.
Love that. Successful relationships with entrepreneurs. Wonderful, wonderful. Linda, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
And I tie along with Julie's, it's doing what you are called to do for the tribe that is drawn to you.
Doing what you're called to do. Say that again, called to do.
For the tribe that is drawn to you.
So those you're leading.
Yes.
That is drawn to you. Beautiful. Wonderful. And listeners, I want you to think about your definition. So as Julie was sharing successful relationships with entrepreneurs, and then it's digging in and recognizing, how would I know it's a successful relationship or not? How would it make me feel? How would I recognize it? With Linda and her sharing about doing what you're called to do, so understanding that for your tribe, they are called to support and lead. So it's really looking at what that is and then get clear, dig in a little bit with your definition. Really, really important. This can be something that you keep top of mind, you're leaning into and excited as you step forth during the year. Now we are getting ready to go to our first 2-minute moment. I call them 2-minute moments. And here's what I encourage you to do during this commercial break. Carve out these 2 minutes just for you, to continue to listen, to stay really present, breathing, pausing, and take these 2 minutes to support you. Don't run off trying to cross things off the list. Just stay really present and breathe and explore and deepen your definition of success. And when we come back, we're going to dig into one of our amazing experts to support you in bringing forward your definition of success. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took the opportunity to dig in to your definition of success. And I invite you throughout the show to carve out those 2-minute moments just for you, so that real time you can process things on a cellular level, really be supported as you go throughout our time together. And guess what? You can take that practice of 2-minute moments with you throughout your day, throughout your life. it makes a transformational difference in our life. When we can pause, breathe, and be purposeful and mindful of the next step and breath that we take. So welcome back. I promised when you came back that we would talk with our first expert and really dig into how we can support you in stepping forward and moving towards your definition of success. So our first expert, the amazing and dynamic Julie Anderson, also known as the Brain Lady, is one of the nation's top brain personality connection experts. You're going to love her energy, her passion. She is a public speaker, published author with over 16 years of helping people understand their brains and play the way they're made. She is passionate about helping others be successful by tapping into how their brains are wired. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Julie Anderson to the show. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. I love spending time with you, Rebecca, whether it's in person or virtually, so thank you for having me here.
You are so welcome, and I'm just smiling from ear to ear because I feel the same way. So we're going to have a great time today.
Awesome.
Well, before we dig too much into the amazing content that I know you've put together, I wanted to share one thing about you. Those of you who are going to, I know all of you are going to love Julie. So those of you who want even more Julie, she is going to be speaking on our stage coming up in February. On February 25th, a Spring Forward in 2017. So those of you who want more of Julie, I wanted you to know you have that opportunity, and you can go to my main website to learn more about that or send me a message. I'm always happy to help you find that connection, and such a privilege when we can bring the speakers to you live and in person like that. But before we get into some of the content she prepared for us, I wanted to ask you a question, Julie.
Okay.
And that is why. Why do you personally care so much about the brain personalities and that our brains are different? Why is it important to you to share that with people and empower them in this way?
You know, it is because it has two big factors. I get so excited, it's hard to say sometimes. Two big factors. One is it enriches and deepens your relationship with other people, whether they're business or personal relationships. When you begin to understand why people do what they do and what's going on in their head, it improves your communication, but it also takes a lot of stress off that relationship because you're no longer taking offense things that are just naturally what they say. It has nothing to do negative with you. And then the second is that it really, really enriches your relationship with yourself. So it's almost like having this gigantic weight off your shoulders, and you learn to stop beating yourself up. Women are so guilty of beating themselves up for things that they're just not gifted at, and they try so hard to overcompensate and become something that they're not. And it just takes too much brain energy. It takes too much emotional energy. And when you understand the brain-personality connection, it's like, oh, I get why I'm good at this and why I'm not good at that, and that's okay. It's just who I am. And you embrace that when you fully understand the brain-personality connection.
I love this, and we had the privilege of you presenting for our community last year. And one of the things I found so fascinating, one, you divided up people by their brain, like how they were wired. So we had everyone in different parts of the room going, aha, that's why you're that way, or I understand. It was very enlightening. And you shared that when we try to operate, and I'm probably not saying it in the technically correct way, but when we try to operate in a way that is opposite of how our brain is, it's actually dangerous to our health and well-being. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. So picture a beautiful flowing stream just floating down the mountains, or maybe it's through the beautiful caverns in the Grand Canyon or whatever it is. When you are working within your natural gifted area, that's the way your brain is wired. So it's like floating down that stream. You're just able to accept and bring in the beauty of everything that's around you, the beauty of life, the beauty of your relationships. But when you are fighting against that natural giftedness, you are literally, from a scientific point of view, you're spending up to 100 times as much energy every second. And because you're doing that, your brain energy exhausted, which means you can't accomplish as much, which means you get more frustrated, which means you're more negative. And negative thoughts lead to negative results in your immune system. So it just causes all this chaos. So it's like, instead of floating down that beautiful, calming, enjoyable stream or river, it's like trying to turn that kayak or that boat around and by yourself paddle upwards and paddle against the grain or against the flow of the water. And when you do that, you can't enjoy what's going on around you because you're just spending all this time and energy trying to get to your destination, but you're going in the wrong direction. So it's a good way to illustrate you can physically feel the energy depletion from your body if you're fighting against where your natural gifts are.
Yes. And this is why I love the work that you do. And I think it's so important that we do some exploration and start to learn how we're wired and honor and celebrate that, because I would much rather flow down the stream than spend all my energy trying to go up and not lose any ground.
Absolutely.
Really, really important. And talking about our minds and kind of how we're wired and looking at success and moving forward in the beginning of the year, is it important to have a correct or a certain mindset in starting the year to be effective in moving towards our success?
Absolutely. And you hit the nail right on the head when you first opened this show today, because you have to identify reaching for what success is for you. Because if you're not working towards that success, you're never going to feel that satisfaction. So when you do that, it gives you the ability to really have a much more positive mindset to where you are trying to get to. And it's all about looking at the positives. When we focus on the things we're not getting accomplished, it creates a negative mindset, and then the brain just reacts chemically in a very negative way. And we want to get our brains behind us in our business, behind us in our goals. So in order to have that success mindset, or in order to have that our brains support us, we want to have a positive mindset. We want to have one that's geared towards success, that is success for you, as you brought out, right? That is what your brain sees as success and your body wants as success. And then keeping in control, keeping the negatives out and all of the positives and the happiness is in it, so that your brain will support you in achieving your goals and having the right, mindset for achieving success this year.
And thinking about that and having less of the negative, more of the positive, where does visualization fit into all of that, or does it?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because in both ways. Sometimes we just get so focused on the negative outcomes that we don't clearly see the beauty of the positive outcomes. Any success is going to take work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take energy. You can't just, sit in your bed and do nothing and expect to have success flow your way. So it's going to take effort, and there's going to be some bumps and bruises and roadblocks along the way. But how you address those, how you view those, do you view those as a growing experience? Do you stand back and visualize, okay, what can I learn from this? And then put the positive visualization into place. So what does that success look like? And I say be a multi-sensory visualizer. In other words, don't just think about what does success look like, what does this goal that I have to achieve look like, but what does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What's it going to feel like in my gut? What's it going to feel internally when I experience this? So taking some mindful meditation moments and really visualizing in your brain the picture, but also feeling through every function of your body and every sense that you have what that success is like. What it does is it makes it real to your brain, and then your brain goes, okay, I can do this.
I love that. And the more senses we bring into it, the more real it becomes. I love it.
And the more portions of your brain you engage.
Which is going to support us. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Beautiful. Well, our time is going super fast here, but I wanted to see if you could share a tip for helping us create a mindset that will support us, get more facets on board towards our success. And we've touched on a little bit with visualization, but I wanted to see if you had another tip or two to empower us in this area.
Yeah, let's do two of my top tips. One is taking a few minutes, and this incorporates a visualization, taking a few minutes every night and a few minutes every morning to just do some mindful thinking, mindful meditation. Close your eyes, see where you've got to go, what you've got to do for that day, or what you're doing tomorrow if you're doing it in the evening. It's very important to let your brain ruminate on things while you're sleeping. It's amazing what your subconscious does. So do it at night, do it in the morning. That's the real big ticket. You will be able to accomplish so much more if you do this on a regular basis. And the second is kind of a fun, simple one, and it is make really good use of stick-em notes. I know that sounds funny, but I love giving stick-em notes to all my attendees at my events because you can write positive words, you can write your goals, you can put a smiley face, you can snap a picture of your dog or your kids or your husband or whatever on there, and you put those throughout your house in your car, and you rotate those every week or so. And it keeps the brain thinking, and it keeps the brain visualizing, it keeps the brain always on this positive bent and always keeping clearly in mind in front of your face what your goals are or what mindset you want to create for yourself or what successes you want to achieve in this upcoming year.
I love that. And it seems like it would keep the mind engaged, too, instead of going into autopilot by that movement and changing of the stick-em notes everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
Love it. Love it. Well, listeners, we are getting ready for our next commercial break, so maybe a moment to grab some stick-em notes, write down some smiley faces, whatever it may be, and give yourself these 2 minutes to really process some of what Julie has shared with us today, how you can start incorporating in your life, and give yourself these 2 minutes to just ruminate, think about what success means to you and how you're wanting to start stepping forward in that and be in alignment with that. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the Walk Star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the Theater Queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes and you got a chance to think about your brain, your definition of success, and what you're thinking about, the positive thinking, and really purposely choosing what you're keeping top of mind in front of you. So get those stick 'em notes ready. You may get some additional great ideas for them in this next segment. We are going to have a conversation with the dynamic Linda Patten. Let me share a little bit about her. She is a leadership expert of experts, a talk radio show host on our very own Voice America, so we're proud to have her as part of our Voice America team, a best-selling author, creator of The Art of Herding Cats, leading teams of leaders, with over 40 years of experience supporting people in leadership, really helping leaders step forward and shine. She's also a co-author of our recently released book. We're super excited. It's become an international bestseller, Come Out of Hiding and Shine. And you can find that on Amazon if you haven't already. But we're very excited to have her on the show today, leaning into the conversation. And here's what Linda is absolutely passionate about. She wants to help women boldly and unapologetically create exceptional lives. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Linda Patten to the show. Yay!
Thank you, Rebecca, so very much. It's really nice to be back on the show and to spend time with both you and Julie.
Yay! Well, we are excited to have you on the show and looking forward to the conversation. It's always a great time to connect with you and share about leadership and all that you're doing in the world to support us as we continue to lead and step forward and hopefully shine.
Yes.
So do you mind sharing a little bit about why this work of leading leaders, of supporting women in this way, is personally so important to you?
Well, Rebecca, as you know, in my journey, I stood behind the curtain for most of my life. Never saw myself as a leader, and it was really a challenge to step in, step out, and step up into leadership and really to own it. It wasn't until somebody in a workshop actually told me that she expected me to lead them in an exercise that I really started looking at it. And so it really thrills my heart to be able to see other women recognize that they're leaders in every aspect of their life and to own it for themselves.
I love this. And I love how you use the expression thrills my heart, because to me, that's an indicator of part of your definition of success and part of what you're called and made to do. And listeners, I want you to think about that. Think about what thrills your heart and how can you incorporate that into your daily life and into your definition of success. And Linda, in your story, I'm always struck by how it's someone outside yourself that helped you see this within yourself, and that
absolutely.
You explored it and you listened and leaned in. So really beautiful. And it led to you to do work that thrills your heart. Oh,
absolutely. Thank you.
I love it. Oh, why, though, is it important for women to step into their leadership? I mean, why does that matter? Why is it important that we do that?
Rebecca, I firmly believe that women will change the world, but in order to do that, we do have to actually step into leadership. We have to step out there. Unfortunately, only about 10 to 15% in the corporate world do women share the CEO positions and the board of directors positions. And I hate to say it, but that statistic has not changed in the last 10 years. So So I'm really passionate about providing leadership development for women who are of a certain age, as well as those who are coming up now, the girls who are coming out of high school, the women who are coming out of college, and really getting them to step into that leadership early and to recognize the fact that that's part of what we need to do in order to really and truly make lasting changes in the world.
Thank you for sharing that. And it is disheartening to know that those stats haven't changed, that 10 to 15%. And I've even heard for more than 10 years that it's been that way for many, many, many generations. And here we have opportunities as women around the world to step into a leadership position, whether it's in a company or it's in our family or it's taking a young woman or girl under our wing and encouraging, empowering them to step into their leadership skills. So I just want everyone listening today to know we have an opportunity to lift up women and future generations to come, and that it really matters that we can together start to shift the tide and step into a leadership role to make a global difference.
Rebecca,
Now,
I think that's so true. The fact that we need to mentor other women in leadership and not, not look at it as a competition, but look at it as a collaboration to really raise women up throughout the world in as many different aspects of our lives as we possibly can.
I agree, and I believe men are actually part of that journey too, that we need to hear male support on the journey and pouring into our lives as well. I don't think this is just a female-only responsibility. I think that we all have a way to support women in leadership and bringing their talents forward.
Absolutely, and that masculine side is definitely a piece that we need in order to make ourselves well-rounded leaders.
Exactly. Now, speaking about leadership, and we've been talking about success and visualizing in the beginning of the year, which we're in, as we shift back to that focus a little bit, is it important for us to revisit our personal vision, particularly, once in a while, periodically, and particularly at the beginning of the year? Does that matter? Is that important to do?
Oh, Rebecca, it's so important to revisit your personal vision. It is the driving force for your life. It's where you're going, where you want to be. It's I don't want to say the end of the road, but if you're thinking of it in terms of a road trip, not having a destination or a vision of where you're going, it sort of allows you to meander all over the road, which is sort of the whole herding cats concept of, people are going in various directions, none of which are heading towards a particular goal or vision. And to me, you really need to have a vision that's powerful enough to inspire you all year long and beyond, and that's aligned with your passions, your directions, your values, and your destiny. Or, to be honest with you, you'll be distracted throughout the year and chasing shiny objects.
We don't want the shiny objects to win.
No.
But you're right. It's so important that we keep that personal vision in front of us. That gives us direction and guide so that we don't get too far off track. Because those shiny objects can be fascinating for a moment. And before we know it, we're completely off the path that we wanted to be on. And speaking of this, I don't know if it ties in directly, but I know you prepared for us 4 killer ways. Yes, I was like, let me make sure I have this right. So it's the 4 killer ways to have the most successful year ever.
Okay. And the first one, obviously, is having a vision. And I love the fact that Julie talked about visualization, because to really craft a powerful vision that will take you through the year, you need to use all 5 senses. You need to be able to see it. You need to know how it will sound. You need to know things like taste and smell And overall, how are you going to feel when you actually reach that goal? And I have on my board, this is the year for me to be bold and unapologetic. And that's a vision for 2017, along with everything else that I'm doing. In addition, when you have this really powerful vision, it makes it so much easier to set goals, to plan your calendar, to say yes to opportunities that come your way, balancing them against the vision. Do they move my vision forward? And I love sticky notes. Thank you again, Julie. I have them all over my planning calendar of, what am I launching? Where am I speaking? Just all of that, as well as including prep time, something I often forget.
I love it. And I'm just going to cut in here because we have about a minute left. I want to make sure we get those other 3 killer ways or 2 killer ways.
Two more killer ways. Well, again, it's making sure that you plan time for yourself. Mm-hmm. Because, again, without that, you'll be overwhelmed. And last of all, make time for connections, for relationships, because, again, it's something that's really powerful in making that vision happen.
I love that. So it's having the powerful vision. I just want to summarize it, right? Powerful vision. And then it's checking in with that vision and making sure. And then how were we using the sticky notes?
Use the sticky notes on setting goals and making sure that you've got them all on your calendar. And you can move them around.
Yeah, perfect. And then what was the final?
The last one was including relationships, making sure that that's part of your vision.
Beautiful. Don't forget the relationship side and connecting with people. And that ties into what Julie had laid on her heart in the beginning, is having successful relationships. And it was with entrepreneurs for her. So really making sure you're including that in your definition of success. Don't forget that connection relationships. Well, we're going into our next commercial break, and as we do that, I want you to think about all the amazing information that Linda shared with us, and think about those 4 killer ways, how you can start to apply and implement those in your life. And when we come back, we've got some exciting gifts for you. So we look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that 2-minute moment just for you. And as promised, we have some amazing gifts. What a way to start the year, right? Leaning into amazing gifts to support you and your success and on your journey. So I'm going to have each of my guests who generously leaned into giving a gift to you today share about them. And then I'm going to let you know how to access these gifts. And the reason we do this is I want you to be able to have the same access to dynamic, amazing experts that I have, to be able to stay connected with them, lean into their support, reach out to them, ask questions, and start to form that connection and relationship. And so by leaning into these free gifts, that supports you in doing that. It starts that connection because we want to equip and empower you to go forth in life and shine and have the impact you're called to have, live the life you're called to live, and enjoy the life that you've been given so that you can step into your definition of success. So, Julie, do you mind sharing about your amazing gift?
Sure. I am going to give you the digital copy of the home study course. Oh, no, this is a CD, Want Success, Use Your Brain. So you'll be able to download that, Want Success, Use Your Brain, and it's a recording that is really designed to help you at least begin to identify your natural brain strengths. So what are your natural brain gifts? But it's also going to give you the tips and tricks to creating a positive mindset that's going to help you to clearly see that vision of success.
I love that. Want success? Use your brain. And then you help them figure out how. So that's
right,
perfect.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So in a moment, after we're going to have Linda share about her gift, I'll let you know where to find both Julie and Linda's amazing gifts. So thank you, Julie, for this generous gift.
Yes.
Linda, what do you have for us today?
Well, as we all know, it takes strength and courage and knowledge to be able to lead and herd cats. So it's a 2-part free gift. First is a download from my book, The Art of Herding Cats, Leading Teams of Leaders, to begin gaining some of those fundamental skills that you'll need to be a truly strong leader, and a 30-minute strategy session to gain clarity on where your listeners are in their leadership so they can begin moving in a direction that they're meant to go.
I love this. So leaders, here's great information. We don't have to do it alone. Even if we are called to leadership, we can lean into an expert to support us on our journey. So I love that. Thank you, Linda, that you've put both pieces together in your gift. Beautiful.
You're welcome.
So thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So listeners, here's how you find these amazing gifts. You go to Radio Gifts, and that's with an S, plural, .net. It's a net full of multiple gifts. So radiogifts.net. Scroll down to today's date, which is January 17th. You will see lovely Linda and lovely Julie's pictures, the description of their gifts, and a button that you can click on to say yes. When you go to radiogifts.net, you do want to enter your name and email address. That's how we stay in touch. Then the net of gifts will open up. Scroll down to today's date, January 17th, and then select whichever or both gifts that would be supportive to you. You will also find gifts from myself as well as past radio show guests. So we're all leaning into supporting you. Feel free to peruse and select as many of the gifts that will support you and stepping forward and stepping into your success. But again, the gifts that Julie and Linda described are under today's date, January 17th. We hope you lean in, click on them, say yes, enter your name and email address so they can stay in touch with you too, and they will send you the links and information to tap into those valuable resources. So let's breathe that in. I breathe in and celebrate that you are willing to be supported, to be empowered, to be equipped on your journey. And may you lean into those gifts that will support and walk beside you as you go forth and out into the world. And I thought it would be kind of fun as we are bringing our show to a close to get a couple more tips. I'm going to call this a speed round. But actually, I'm going to surprise my guests. So before we go into the tips, which they're expecting to give you a tip, I wanted to do word association. So quickly, the first word that comes to your mind, Julie, when I say success, what comes to your mind?
Happiness.
I love it. Okay. And Linda, when I say leadership, what comes to your mind?
Unapologetic.
Okay, I love that. And then Julie, again, when I say brain, what comes to your mind?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, I love that. And Linda, when I say success, what comes to yours?
Joy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And now going to the expected speed round. Would each of you be willing to share a quick tip or a final parting thought that you want to impart upon our listeners as they go forth out in the world? Linda, what would you like to share?
Well, I want the members of the audience to be true and authentic to themselves and creating a future vision that inspires and excites them to see what's coming around the corner.
I love that. That thrills their heart. Love it. Beautiful. But I love that. Take action. So do it.
Yes.
Make it happen in your life. Beautiful. Thank you. Julie, what would you like to share? A parting thought or tip or idea?
Parting thought is just you be you. You be you. Stop trying to be somebody else that's going to please somebody else, because you will never have happiness. And if you're not happy, you're not going to have happy relationships, and you're going to be a grumpy butt, and nobody's going to want to be around you. So you be you. Step in. Figure out who you are. It's okay to be genuine and to be you and to be unique and to be beautiful. And when you do that, you're going to have such positive, amazing energy that everything's going to flow right.
Oh, I love that. And I celebrate and love being around people being who they are and who they're made to be. Love it. No more grumpy butts, right? Is that what you said?
Right.
I love that. So let's lean in and celebrate our success and what we're creating and how we're made. Because listeners, you are so valuable. You're so needed in this world. You are uniquely and wonderfully made, just like you are, on purpose and with a purpose. And I encourage you, as you're sitting here at the beginning of the year, looking at 2017 and all that is to come, to take some time every day to pause, breathe, spend a little bit of time with your definition of success and what matters most to you and all the senses that go with that, so that you can really lean in and towards and have clarity on the success you're bringing forward. And I believe as we do that and we step into how we're made and we celebrate that and we honor it, that we are leaning into our success, our unique way of being in that. As we do that, I believe it lifts up those around us. It makes them smile. Oh, that's who they are. I love that they're that way. They made me smile. They made me laugh. They connected with me because I could see who they really are. When we're willing to share the gift of who we really are, to connect on that level with another, it makes a great difference in the world, in our lives, heart by heart, life by life. So here is my vision, my definition of success, what I want to see happen in the world. That wherever you go, whatever you do, that you will always, always choose to bloom where you are, where you're planted, even if that soil is a little rocky sometimes, that you'll make that choice to bloom as you're made and shine. Have an amazing week, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.